Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee, as you already know. And if this is your first time seeing this gorgeous face, thank you so much for being here. And for real, if this is your first time seeing this gorgeous face, thank you. Cause I know why you're here. Boy, oh boy, have I been in the news a lot lately? I've been everywhere, and it's not on purpose. I'm just a very opinionated person. And when you're that way, you're gonna have a lot of haters, and it's been a hell of a ride. I'm not gonna lie, it's been crazy. The last three weeks have just been back to back, like haters here, haters there, like people just trying to put me down, and I'm just like, what the hell? What have I done to you lot? It's crazy. So like, honestly, the past few weeks has been great, but at the same time, it's just been like, wait, what's going on? Like at some point I sat back and I was like, where is all of this coming from? Like, who's attacking me? Yeah, are my village people sending arrows to be like, what the hell is happening? But then I realized that a lot of times when God wants to bless you, like amazing things wants to happen to you, the devil just comes at you in different ways. Like it wasn't even just things that were happening on social media. There were other things that were happening to me as well, that if I did not have faith and if I did not have complete confidence in Almighty God, I would have thought that maybe something was wrong with me. But I had to take a step back and I was like, God, I know you're trying to bless me, but like any more of this and I feel like I'm just gonna break down. Can you stop it now? And all of it stopped, and then I saw the blessing and I was like, oh, so that's why. To be honest, I don't care about the people who aren't really important, but the ones who actually need my knowledge, my experience. I just want to take this opportunity to just set the record straight. That's not what we're talking about today, but I'm just going to take a few seconds to just do that. First of all, I do not hate marriage. I've never said that I want anyone to get divorced. I've never said that I don't want you to get married. My only issue is women suffering for the sake of marriage. And I also do not like women being desperate for the sake of marriage. I have never, ever, in fact, I have encouraged it. And anytime anyone has ever come to me for marriage advice, I've always told them that I am not a marriage counselor. I would only give them advice based on my experience, but I have never, ever, and you can ask anyone, ever told anyone that they should leave their husband or their wives, or that they shouldn't make their relationships work. I don't know why, where people got this rhetoric from, that I am someone who is trying to break a lot of people up. Like, if that's what you think from the message that I pass on every single day, then it means that you just don't want the best for women. Like, that is all I do. And like, honestly, at this point, the last time that this madness happened on Twitter, I started seeing young women cursing at me, and I was like, listen, I don't want to do women leader again. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. Like, you people should go and learn your own lessons too. Go and experience your own experience too. Like, when you come back, don't worry, we will be here to help you. We'll be here to tell you sorry, don't worry, next time it won't happen again. The amount of curses that I got from like young women, it was very painful for me, because like the men, I don't understand, because I understand the men because they're always going to feel threatened. But the young women, what do you think I'm trying to do? Now, why would you, for the life of me, think that I do not want the best for you? What does you not being married do for me? I don't understand. Like, just think about it. Me being single and living my life, do you genuinely think that I'm sad? And even if you did, why would I want you to be sad too? What does that do for me? I know there's a Yoruba saying where people are always saying that dabin sheda, and I've heard that so many times, and they're always using it to refer to like women or people who want others to be as miserable as them. But like, honestly, look at me. Do I really look like I want you to be sad? If you followed me on social media, you would know for a fact that I have the kindest heart ever, and I want the best for everybody. I'm used to people calling me all kinds of names. You can call me whatever you want. Like, it's Twitter, it's social media. You can call me a prostitute, call me a this, call me a that, whatever you want. But you see, when you actually go straight and you actually say, oh, I know that you did this and it's a lie, then there's no way I'm taking a line down. But yeah, that's that. So if you didn't already know about all the drama, you can go search me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. I'm always out there. and I don't know why. All I do is just talk about women, talk about the betterment of women. I've never, ever said no woman should get married. I've never ever said divorce your husband. I've never ever said don't pray for husband. I've never said like marriage is a bad thing. I never ever said that. But like somehow I'm always out there. I'm always in the news. I'm always on people's lips, and it's especially men. Like, what the fuck? Like, just get alive. It's honestly, at this point, it's crazy. And I'm a feminist, and I'm proud of it. And I'm just gonna keep carrying my badge and doing what I can. It doesn't mean that I don't want the best for everyone, or I don't want people to love men. Like, come on, man. Whew. It goes a little something like... Now that we got that out of the way, I wanted to talk about something that is very, very dear to me, and that is female friendships. The reason why I really wanted to talk about this was because like the past couple of months has been crazy, right? It's been good, it's been bad, it's been good, it's been bad, and throughout all of it, I haven't really had like my sister to be there for me. I don't know if you saw one time I tweeted about how I really miss my sister, and how my sister doesn't want to have the kind of relationship that I want to have with me, and it really broke my heart because I really, really wanted my sister. So even though I have female friends, it's just never the same. Like, your sister is that one person that no matter what, she's gonna, just tell you as it is. She's gonna love you. She's gonna, be cruel or whatever, but you know that she wants the best for you. And I just really, really missed her. So it then made me just start to realize how much I started to, because I didn't have my sister, want to be close to a lot of my female friends, closer. So I've always had female friends, but like I really, really wanted to be closer to them because I wanted to replace that friendship. And so I did. I've been forming like really, really tight, close friendships with women, and just trying to replace that love that I never got from my sister with them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that my sister doesn't love me. She loves me, but I just always wanted that tight closeness, like that sister that you can't do without, that sister that you tell everything, you do everything with, like even if we're not doing every single thing together, I just want that tightness. And like I try to replicate that so many times with my friends, and twice I was broken. And that is why I wanted to talk about this, because we talk about heartbreak with men a lot, but we never talk about heartbreak with female friendships. Like, I've had 2 friends break my heart drastically. Like, they really, really broke my heart. And it was very unexpected for me, because I have always thought that it was only men that could break your heart. But the truth of the matter is your friend can break your heart as well. And it just got me thinking that I actually need to start taking my female friendships just as serious. So even though I knew that they broke my heart, I just shrugged it off as, oh, I'm just sad. But the truth is, when I did realize it, the same relationships that I had with the men is the same relationships that I had with them. The only difference was I wasn't having sex with them. So why then do we not put it on the same scale? Because they really are. Our female friends are just as important as anything. Like, they're the ones that are gonna be there for you, ride or die. Like, men will come and go, but your female friendships, if you get it right, they're the ones that are gonna be there for the rest of your life. Like, literally, they will do anything for you. My female friends are the ones that I call when I am down. They're the ones that I call when I need money. They're the ones that I call when I need advice. They're the ones that I call when I'm happy. Like, we travel together, we do things together. You can't really do that with, like, people that you're dating, unless maybe you've been dating for years or whatnot. But like your female friendships, like, the relationship is real. And that's why they say that women don't really love each other deeply, blah, 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 which is a lie. Because when we are friends, when we're really friends, the way we feel about each other is really, really deep. So I don't understand why we don't realize that it is the same pain that you feel when you break up with a man is the same pain that you feel when you break up with a friend. It is a real breakup. So in trying to replicate this, sister relationship, I made friends with 2 people that really, really hurt me. One of them, she was everything. Like, we were really close. We did everything together. And then she made friends with someone else, and I wasn't comfortable with it. I'm a very, very jealous person, and I spoke up about it. But then she started to act funny. And then I felt like, if I can't be expressive about how I feel without being rude, and you're still not trying to understand where I'm coming from, then it means that you don't love me. So I stayed away from this person. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the one who stayed away from her, and she let it happen. And that really hurt me, because I really wanted her to be the one to come back and say, okay, I understand how you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. Because I'd already, just showed vulnerability and, told her how I felt. And then she just let it go. And I thought, okay, no problem, I'm gonna let it go. It really hurt me. It hurt me so badly. The second one happened this year. Like, we were inseparable. We did everything together. We went out a lot. I would be at her house. She would come back to my house. The next day in the morning, we're talking. By night, we're talking. Like, we would talk to one another before we go to bed. We knew everything about one another. Like, maybe not every single thing, but we knew so much about one another. And then we had one argument, and this person just locked me off everywhere. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit hurt me. Because one thing that even hurt me the more was the fact that when me and this person met, she had issues with her ex-boyfriend, and I helped her get through it. So our whole relationship was about 7 months, and this person was going through heartbreak because she had just broken up with someone. She was actually having issues with that person. She had, a lot of issues that were unresolved with that person, and I helped her through it. And she was so grateful to me. She was always thanking me, always telling me how much she loved me, and oh, thank you God for bringing Renee into my life. Because of you, I've been able to get over this person. You've taught me so much. I'm learning so much from you, blah, 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 like all of that. And then one day I made a mistake. She upset me, and I called her and I shouted at her, and that was it. She cut me off. And again, that shit, it was baffling for me. At first I thought it was a joke. I thought, okay, she's gonna calm down. By that night, actually, I had calmed down. So I called her to see if she was going to pick up. And I realized that my number wasn't going through anymore. But the next day, I called her. She wasn't picking up. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Third day, fourth day, fifth day, 1 week. And I'm calling her. She's not picking up. And then I go on social media. She's locked me off everywhere. And at that point, I was like, okay, this person had it in mind to cut me off in the first place. And I won't lie, that really hurt me. The reason why that hurt me is because this person told me everything that she went through with the boyfriend that I helped her get over. And she had gone through everything to show this guy that she cared about him, even when he was showing her that he didn't want her. And then one time when I made a mistake, this person cut me off everywhere, and she didn't want to have anything to do with me. It's been 7 months now. Until now, this person has not spoken to me. Now, that is why I wanted to have this conversation, because we really need to stop doing that as women. We need to start realizing that it is unfair for us to put women on such pedestals but relieve men of all responsibilities. It's not fair. We tell ourselves that, oh, I expect a man to be like that. Oh, you know what, when a man fucks up, it's fine, I'll forgive him, he's a man. But is it not every time when you've had the lowest and lowest of times, is it not your female friend who has been there for you? Why do we only use women whenever we see it fit, but then think that men are the be all and the end all of everything? At the end of the day, women are the ones who are always going to have your back. I want you to stop seeing women as competition or as that they don't want you. And if you do find women who maybe you become friends with and it doesn't work out, you try again. The same way you try hard in relationships with the men is the same way that you need to try with women as well. The same energy that you put into relationships with men is the same energy that you need to put into women as well. You have to nurture your relationship with women. Stop expecting women to just accept whatever because we're both women. Stop thinking that you don't have to call, or that you don't have to check on them, or that you don't have to buy them presents, or that you don't have to be there for them, or that you don't have to advise them, or that if they say that something is wrong, that you don't address it. The same relationships that you have with men is the same relationships that you have with women. The only difference is that you are not having sex. But as long as you have a female best friend, you are in a relationship with them. And as women, we need to start accepting the fact fact that we have given men grace for far too long, and there is nothing wrong with that. But it's about time that we start giving women the same grace that we've given men as well. Women deserve all the softness, all the love, all the adoration that we give to men. We need to give it to women as well. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having male relationships. Go ahead and do that. But your female relationships matter too. Of course, you're always going to find people that might end up hurting you. I've had that as well. But at the same time, I've also had friends that have loved me and adored me and taken care of me and been there for me and fought for me. That I know that it exists. And that is why I need you to also find the same for yourself. You can't keep making excuses and saying that all women are this and that. That's not true. There are amazing women out there. There are women who are looking for female friendships too. These are the women who are going to be there for the next 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. I assure you, they are going to be there. Ask your mothers. They have friends that they've been friends with since they were young. Yes, people are going to have issues. This tongue and teeth have issues too. Men, you have issues with your boyfriend, you have issues with your husband, but the moment you have issues with your friends, it's, oh no, this person, I have to cut them off. I don't want to talk to them anymore. They're bad for me. Why do we do that? We don't give women the same grace, and that is so unfair. We need to stop making the same excuses that we make for everybody else for our female friendships as well. They deserve it, because these female friendships are taking on so much on their backs. Do you know how much women take on? We are the ones who listen to you when you're happy. We're the ones who listen to you when you're sad, when you're unhappy, when you have issues, when you're pregnant, when you have an abortion, when you're miscarried, when you have a boyfriend, when you're not sure about your boyfriend, when you're not sure about your marriage, when you want to get married, when you want to get divorced, when someone dies, when you're having period cramps, when you have back pains, when you need money. We are the ones who are there for you. So why do you not make sure that we are given the same grace when we hurt you as well? Sometimes hurting you does not even happen on purpose. It's not that we're doing it on purpose because we want to hurt you. It's because we're human beings and these things could happen. All I ask is that you please give the same grace that you give to men to these women too. Make sure that you also see them as people that you're in a relationship with who could also make mistakes. That is all I ask. I am begging, please stop it. Like, I honestly, at this point, I don't want to keep making new friends. I'm fine with the ones that I have, but if I do make new friends, I will do the same with them, because I'm currently doing the same with my friends. I didn't learn all of this all night. This is from experience. This is from, being with different friends and whatnot. But I am asking that you please do the same. If you haven't been doing the same, please start now, because it is very, very important that you realize that these female friendships are just as important. These women love you dearly. They're there for you. They'll do anything for you. So do the same for them. Not that every single time when something happens, you just cut them off. That Renee, she's a bad person. Can you imagine? She went to go and tell someone that you don't know why she did it. At least do your best to try to find out. When you do find out that that person did it on purpose, then yes, by all means, cut them off. But if not, then give them some grace. I want you to stop seeing women as competition or as that they don't want you. And if you do find women who maybe you become friends with and it doesn't work out, you try again. The same way you try hard in relationships with the men is the same way that you need to try with women as well. The same energy that you put into relationships with men is the same energy that you need to put into women as well. You have to nurture your relationship with women. Stop expecting women to just accept whatever because we're both women. Stop thinking that you don't have to call, or that you don't have to check on them, or that you don't have to buy them presents, or that you don't have to be there for them, or that you don't have to advise them, or that if they say that something is wrong, that you don't address it. The same relationships that you have with men is the same relationships that you have with women. The only difference is that you are not having sex. But as long as you have a female best friend, you are in a relationship with them. And as women, we need to start accepting the fact that we have given men grace for far too long, and there is nothing wrong with that. But it's about time that we start giving women the same grace that we've given men as well. Women deserve all the softness, all the love, all the adoration that we give to men. We need to give it to women as well. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having male relationships. Go ahead and do that. But your female relationships matter too. Always going to find people that might end up hurting you. I've had that as well. But at the same time, I've also had friends that have loved me and adored me and taken care of me and been there for me. that I know that it exists. And that is why I need you to also find the same for yourself. You can't keep making excuses and saying that all women are this and that. That's not true. There are amazing women out there. There are women who are looking for female friendships too. These are the women who are going to be there for the next 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. I assure you, they are going to be there. Ask your mothers. They have friends that they've been friends with since they were young. Yes, people are going to have issues. This tongue and teeth have issues too. You have issues with your boyfriend, you have issues with your husband, but the moment you have issues with your friend, it's, oh no, this person, I have to cut them off. I don't want to talk to them anymore. They're bad for me. Why do we do that? I didn't learn all of this all night. This is from experience. This is from, being with different friends and whatnot. But I am asking you, please do the same. If you haven't been doing the same, please start now, because it is very, very important that you realize that these female friendships are just as important. These women love you dearly. They're there for you. They'll do anything for you. When you think that a woman is your enemy, then you're going to have issues with all women. You have to see women, number one, give women grace, first of all, before anyone else. Before you give a man grace, give another woman grace. If a woman makes a mistake, say, oh, do you know what? Let us give her another chance. Don't say that, oh, I'm a woman, this woman made a mistake, I wouldn't do this or not. Now, you can't sit on a high horse. It's not right. You have to stop acting like the females in your life are not just as important. They are the ones that are going to be there for you no matter what. A man will come and he would go, but a woman will still be there. All you have to be is loyal. And I'm saying this because I actually want everyone to realize that we need to stop making women think that they're not as important as anything else. The relationships that we have with our female friends is the same relationships that we have with men. The only difference is we're fucking them. We love our female friends as well. I can count 2 of my friends right now that if they stop talking to me, my heart will literally break. I wouldn't be able to function for at least a week. Yes, I'll get over it, but it would hurt me. And the reason is simple. I share everything with them. The same thing that I share with my boyfriend, I share with them. I talk to them about my happy days. I talk to them about the sad days. I talk to them about the crazy days, the confusing days. They are always there and they would not judge me. If you're around friends who are judging you, then you're not around the right friends. Find women who are like minds like you, who think like you. And even if they don't think like you, make sure that they understand you and they accept you. When you find that, then the sky is the limit. Because life is not easy, especially when you start getting married or you start having children. You need your female friends. You cannot just have a marriage or a life without having your friends around you. If you have friends, your female friends who advise you wrongly, of course, by all means, cut them out of your life. But if you have good friends, friends who genuinely want the best for you, who love you, who always tell you the truth, who give you grace, who are always there for you, why do you think that it's okay to throw them away? How do you people just cut people off just for having issues? And sometimes it's not even a big enough issue to just cut the person off. Like when I see women with their tight friends, like it just makes me so happy. And listen, the thing is, especially in this part of the world, in Nigeria, we all know how hard it is to be a woman. No one can take that away from you. It is hard. But one thing that you need to realize is when you have female friends that are in high places, that are doing well, and they bring you up as well, that is just the most beautiful thing ever. They're not giving you peanuts. They're actually helping you. They're bringing you up. They're teaching you the way. That is how we can close these gaps, these imaginary gaps that they say that we have that don't exist. We need to start closing them by making sure that when we get to the top, we're bringing other women with us. That's the only way that we can do it. That's one of the ways that we can actually do it. By making sure that we're bridging the gap by bringing in our female friends into the loop. Not just for the sake of the fact that they are women, but because we know that they are qualified and that they can do the job well. Female friendships are absolutely vital. Do not see a woman as a competition. There are enough of men to go round. There is no competing. If any man says that, oh, this woman, women like this are this, shut it off immediately. Do not give men the opportunity to come between you and another woman, unless maybe you know for a fact that that woman actually did what she did. But if anyone at any time tells you anything about any woman, make sure that you find out by yourself. Don't let anybody continue to spin that same rhetoric in your head that women hate one another, because it's a lie. I used to say the same thing when I was much younger, but it's not true. I learned that it was this imaginary competition that I had in my head, because we're all going after the prize. And the prize is not doing that with other prizes. Men are not doing that with other men. And by all means, I want you to know that men have issues with men as well. But the only difference is they keep it amongst themselves. We are the ones who likes to tell everybody that, oh, I can't stand her. I can't stand. No, seriously, we need to stop doing that to one another. Female friendships are just one of the most beautiful things ever. If you've never experienced it, I implore you to please do that now, because you are missing out on a lot. You're missing out on just being yourself around someone else, around someone who understands what it's like to be you. It is not enough to just be friends with men. By all means, be friends with men if you want to, but also make sure that you have as many female friends as possible. I'm not asking you to tell everyone your secrets, but also make sure that you are having female friendships that you can talk to and that you can trust, you can be yourself around them, and that you can grow with. Female friendships are so sweet, and that's because naturally women are very kind and soft. Being around other women makes you very soft. It makes you very sweet and just very feminine. Like, there's no masculine energy. Everyone is just relaxed. You don't care what your boobs looks like. You don't care what your neck looks like. You don't care what your stomach looks like, unless that person is not truly your friend. But when you have true friends around you, you're yourself. If you're trying to have a goal, it's easier for you to do it with your female friends, because they understand what it feels like to be a woman and to have the same struggles that you have. Women hold each other accountable. When you hear when women say stuff like, oh, if I find out that girl cheats on her husband, I'm never talking to her again. Have you ever heard a man say that? No man would ever say that. Now, don't get it twisted. I am not saying that you have to be friends with people who are cheats. What I'm saying is the same grace that you give to men, give it to women too. If men can forgive their friends for cheating, then you can do the same. Or if you cannot do that, then make sure that as soon as you're throwing away your friend who is cheated or who is a bad person, that you're doing the same with the men in your life who are cheats and who are bad. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking that you excuse bad behavior. Female friendships are volatile. They're volatile because women hold themselves accountable. Women don't take nonsense. If you do something in front of them that they do not agree with, they're going to tell you. And why is that not something that you want to have around you? Imagine if you had a friend who had the same mind as you and accepted you for who you were. Imagine the kind of relationship that you could have with that person. That is why you need to stop thinking that every single woman is against you, every woman is a bad, every woman is in competition, or oh, this woman wants this from me, oh my God, this woman, I'm sure she's trying to snatch my husband, she's trying to... Please remove the shackles from your hands and your legs, and stop thinking that every single woman out there who is trying to be friends with you is also trying to take something away from you. Please, I am begging you, women are the most beautiful things ever, and they would give you the best friendships that you've never ever had in your life. I am asking that you please just try. Find yourself some women who are amazing to you and that love you and accept you for the way that you are. The friendships that I've lost them, that's life. The thing about losing friendships is that a lot of time you start to question yourself. You start to ask why it happened. You start to think that maybe something is wrong with me, or maybe people don't like me. Start to question yourself. Men don't do that. I love men's audacity. I love the way they are. about. Women need to start being more like that. If we could start being more like that, then we would have longer lasting relationships with the women in our lives. When you meet female friends that you don't gel with, then it means that you haven't found your tribe. Unfortunately, I have friends that I've been friends with for the past 23 years. Two friends. One of them is a woman and the other one is a guy. We've had several fights, but listen, we've never taken it too far. Every time when the fights happen, one of us will always reach out, or we just move on and we just act like nothing's happened. And a lot of times when the fights are really big, we talk about it, we trash it out. If we have to shout, we shout, and that's it. But one thing that I've always had in my life is the fact and the comfort that I have these people in my life. Like, honestly, it makes me emotional thinking about it, because I've had these people for 24 years. They've been through everything with me. I have always had that confidence that no matter what I'm going through in this life, even when men come and go, that those people will always be there for me. So I wish the same for you. And that's that for today. Thank you so much for watching, my darlings. Have a wonderful day. Mwah.